What is up, YouTube? This is my most recent purchase. Want to scope it out? It's a Squier II with the Torino red, but it looks like a brown poop color. I'm not sure if that's right. It looks really faded, but yeah, we're gonna make a quick video showing you guys what I'm gonna fix. Starting off with the headstock, this is my first ever Squier II. This is a 1989, made in Korea. Sort of thought it was fake at first, but it seems pretty real. It's got the plastic tuners, no adjustment screws, you could see that right there. They're plastic. Here is the flip side. You can see it's got some damage over the years, you know. There's a big dent right there. You can feel it when you're doing power chords and stuff. But yeah, that's the back. And the neck's really shiny. It's almost like plasticky. Used to be a Made in Korea sticker right there. I wish it was still on it. It looks like somebody removed it. Maybe it came off. There's the neck plate. No Squier logo. And then yeah, the back. The block's in pretty good condition. It's got all the springs. Not really sure if this guitar is like what it is, but from what I see, it seems alright. First time seeing this color, I didn't think it was red. I thought it was like a custom color. Then in the photos, I saw that, which looks like there's no paint right there. So there's not another color under it. Same thing with these, you know. It looks original. There are some scratches around the body that shows that there's no paint under this paint, so there you go. It's got the small little baby block. Flipping back over, this silver logo. Get a close-up of it. See how it's not perfect, you know, there's a scratch in the middle. It's alright. Serial number with an S and a 9. So I'm pretty sure it's 1989. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of little, see those little dents? There's a lot. Like, I don't know what those are from. Maybe you guys know, or, I mean, did it come like that? Probably not. Probably not. But I just don't get how that happened. You know, and then there's some fret wear. It's not bad. They're really dirty though, so I'm gonna clean them up. Listen, I'm not some luthier, okay? Just clean them up and make them my own, all right? That's it. Right off the bat, you may have noticed that it has a humbucker in it, and you are correct. It looks like somebody very crudely cut out a, I hope this isn't the original pickguard. That's a pickguard from one of my other Squiers. We're gonna see if it fits on this one. This guitar originally came as a single coil, single coil. You could tell because the hole's right there. Big hole, big hole. And the funny thing is, this dude made holes for the humbucker, right? And there are no screws. No screws. And not only that, but it's touching this E string. The humbucker is literally touching the E string. And then these don't even move. The bridge really needs to be cleaned up. It looks a little bit rusty. It's kind of hard to see on this. But yeah, we're just gonna try to shine that stuff up. One thing I did notice is that, see these little saddle screws right here? See how these ones are sticking up? Or this one isn't, and that one's not. So I think somebody was working on this guitar. I think the ones that don't stick up, they're supposed to be on the outside, so these two need to be switched. This sort of bugs me. See how it just stops at 7, you know. But usually I like to line it up, either the 1 or the 10, but it's just, I'm not really sure how they come from the factory, but I really hope that it's routed for a humbucker, like just straight out of the factory, but I'm guessing that somebody routed it out for a humbucker, maybe, possibly. I'm kind of afraid to open this up, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna replace that. This guitar, I think they're supposed to be white, so I'm kind of getting red flags. Yeah, we're gonna replace that with just some spares I have over here. You can literally hear the springs like on the backside of the guitar. It's clicky. These old Squier necks, they have these inlays sort of spread out. The ones on my new Squier, they're a little bit like right there. We're gonna remove the strings and see what's inside. Well, I got the strings off. These tuners, especially, there's like one specifically that's like really hard to turn. Look at this. It just doesn't want to turn. So I don't know if I have to go in there and like oil them up, you know, take off the caps and oil them up. And also, these screws look pretty stripped, so I might just replace those with some ones I have. No one will ever notice. Hopefully there's enough wire so I could flop it over. I'm sort of wondering what kind of humbucker this is. I'm sitting here looking at it, and I wish I had the original single coil bridge. This guitar also didn't come with a whammy bar. So I told the kid, I said, hey, if you got anything else, just hit me up. And yeah, he's not hitting me up. Please be good. Oh God, it's stuck. Uh-oh. Oh, it's routed out for humbuckers. Let's go. To be continued. Holy cow, that's good news. The humbucker is screwed into the body. First time seeing that. And look at the spring screws going through. Look at that. From the other side. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, we're gonna take this out. There's the electronics. I don't know what's original and what's not. Got some ketchup and mustard cables. These screws are so stripped. What was this kid doing? Whoa. Use the right screwdriver. Successfully removed the humbucker. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. I don't know if you guys do that, but don't do that. Stop it. Man, it's an Epiphone, dude. Epiphone. I was hoping it was something cool. Epiphone. My least favorite thing to do. Soldering, something. This stuff. Pick guard and humbucker is out of there. We made progress. I'm just gonna leave the strings in and remove the whole block. You know, just take the springs out, remove the whole block, because I want to, yeah, keep the strings in because they're new. The springs out and everything's out. Look at that. Wow, beautiful. I'll get those strings off my body. Next up, we are going to be swapping this whole pickguard out for a single coil. And we're going to remove this humbucker right now. We have to solder off that connection. I think I'm just going to cut the ground, and we're going to install this. It's a bridge pickup. There you go, just from a Squier. So yeah, why am I taking out this humbucker? The original guitar was a single coil, so I just want to go back to how it was when I left the factory. I think I'm gonna put this Epiphone in one of my other guitars too, so you know, it's like a double whammy. Come on. Thank you. This ground wire for the humbucker, I'm just gonna snip it off. And it should be free to go. Nice. We're gonna take off these pickups and then take everything out and then swap it to the other pickguard. You would not believe how stuck this knob was on there. The 5-way switch knob was just so stuck on there. I have no idea how I got it off. It was like somebody glued it and just like pounded it. And then these knobs should just come off by hand, hopefully. Yeah. One of the most satisfying things is finding the plastic. That's 1989 plastic, you see that? So when you swap the pots over to the new pickguard, you finally get to get it out. It's so satisfying. See that plastic right there? It literally just started raining. Okay, well, it would be satisfying if it wasn't so stuck, but look at that. Wow, it is really stuck up in there. It's beautiful. And then everything should just drop out. There you go. And we're good. You're free. That is just, yeah. Don't do that. Come on, man. If this was original, you don't do this to an original pickguard. You buy another pickguard and then save this one. When I was researching this, some of them were single ply, then others were multiply. So it depended on the batch that you got. And if you're ever missing a screw, just check the pickups, you know, it might be in there. There's a little comparison. The new ones have these like circle things on them, you see that? And then the old ones don't. The black one does look pretty cool though, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. The holes do not line up. So usually what I'll do is so say if they don't line up, then I just won't put a screw in. We're going to be putting this into here. We also have to wire up this to this. One thing I didn't notice was these pots have a little tab right here. Right there. I'll zoom in on it. It's a little tab right there. And the old pickguard has holes for them. Fun. Just gonna mark roughly where it is. This is something I should have done before I put the 5-way switch in. I mean, I guess it's 2 screws, but whatever. This one is really tight, and this one's not fitting. Alright, looks like they fit now. Oopsie. That one was flipped over. Getting closer. It looks pretty good. Nobody likes a loose tone knob. What you do is you max them all out, you know, to level 10, and then you just line up your 10 wherever you want it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Not bad at all. Had to redo it because it fell off. Of course I wasn't recording when I did the nice one. Of course. Soldering iron to the thumb. Not fun. Hurt like hell, but at least it wasn't my skin. Is that gonna hurt later? Not the best wire cable management, but yeah, it's better than it was. This seems like a pretty good time to clean the body of the guitar. This might seem weird, but I'm just using a shirt with water on it. So, yeah. And I'll use the dry part of the shirt to kind of just get some of the moisture off. Yeah, it's always good to clean a guitar that's been used. You know, you don't know who's been sweating on it or whatever. I just like to clean them up a little bit. Well, I think it's time to put it back together. Just gonna take these off and clean them. Finishing touches, really. All right, there we go. And there we go. See these marks right here? Screwdriver marks. Come on, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Remember how I was telling you I wasn't sure if this was the factory color? Look at how much it's faded from that. The holes that don't line up are these ones down here. It's that one, that one, that one. The rest are pretty good. You could drill new holes or whatever you want to do. You could just leave it like that. As long as the bridge clears, it's basically good. Put some screws in. I'm just gonna leave them a little loose so I could just move it around, kind of. See, there's literally no hole right there. That one's pretty close. Oh man, when you're buying a pickguard online, have fun with that. Something like this, would you guys try to squeeze a screw in there? This is gonna have to be drilled, I guess. Well, I went for it. That's why I left these all loose, you know, so I could have some little shimmy shim. This looks so much better than how it was. I mean, yeah, the humbuckers are cool. Yeah, I just wanted to put it back to normal. It's like factory stuff, you know, it just looks so clean. It looks so good. Not only that, but if you're gonna resell it, someone's gonna want it near original. The paint's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Some lines right here. I don't know if those for me or what. Very nice. Wow. Sometimes you don't know whether to hold the wire or the jack. It's not my forte. Hopefully I'll get better at it one day. You should always have a fan, by the way. I just don't have one right now. Good. Good. Good, good. There's a mosquito flying around. And there's West Nile virus signs all around every freaking neighborhood around here. You know, in my family, they just leave every door open. This jack is oddly clean for how old it is. Not sure what order I should put what in, but I'm just gonna install the claw. Now the claw screws, these spots always seem so lazy from the factory. Why can't you just go bam and bam? You know, why's it gotta be at some crazy angle? I'll never understand. Just wanna get these on here and make sure they're relatively loose. I have to solder this back on, but we'll do that later. I guess we should install the bridge next. Oh yeah, the bridge. Kind of forgot to clean that, not gonna lie. Just when you think you're done, there's always something else. You might be asking, why don't you just take the strings out? Have you ever tried to take used strings out of a Stratocaster block through the saddle, through this? Like, it's just not fun. The strings are new too, so I don't want to cut them. Alright, it's not super dirty. A little rust in there. In the corners, usually. Is it worth doing that? Maybe. Doing the visible parts really. One of the benefits of doing this is you could check to see if these screws are tight. Some of the spots look like rust, but it's actually just a discoloration. Okay, we're just about done. I'm not trying to record all the boring parts, you know. Not to mention it takes up a crap load of space that I don't have on my phone. Just saving you guys some time. Since the original string tree screws are stripped, I have the choice of these. I'm gonna go with these ones. Yeah, I'm calling that a success. This one's a little bent, but we're gonna keep them. This neck plate is pretty shiny already. Wonder if I'm just gonna scratch it with this. When it comes to frets, I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I don't know how to level them. I don't really have this little template. It's not the best, I know, but yeah, they seemed okay when I was playing the guitar, so I'm just gonna clean them up with some steel wool. Yes, I know I have to learn how to do frets eventually, but just not right now. These really do need to be sanded and leveled and crowned and whatever, but it's better than nothing. Now keep in mind, this is the worst fret. This is not the funnest thing to do when you have a runny nose, by the way. Here's the final result. Yeah, it looks alright. There is some, I'll show you. See these lines right here? Those aren't from me. There's a whole bunch of dings right here. Do you guys know what that's from? So weird. What? I've never seen that before. Oh, there's one right there too. See that? Seems like there's little dents everywhere. Okay, it's time to put the neck on and then the bridge, and it should just be setup and adjustment from there on. Hard to film, so I probably won't show it. Little gap by the pickguard right here. It's always a little tricky to do. I'm gonna put the bridge in very carefully. Just wanna make sure it's secured on both sides so it doesn't move around a whole lot. No, I'm not the best at setting up Stratocaster bridges, but one question might be, how tight do I tighten these screws? So what I do is I will tighten it until it starts to lift off the body, then I'll back it up a little bit. There, I'll show you guys. So for example, like you tighten it and see how it starts to lift off the body, and then you just bring it back. Me personally, I don't do the whole floating bridge for Strats. And you kind of get to see that there's like a little gap, you know? There's a little gap. They're all about the same. And now we install the springs. Ugh. The last thing is to solder this and then string it up. I'm not the best at that, but that'll work for now. The amount of times that I thought this was a spring is insane. Just gonna tighten these a little bit. You could always mess with them later. Since they were going through the body, like completely through the body into the pickup cavity, I don't feel like cranking them right now. It's the home stretch, really. The last thing to do is just string it up. Can't believe we did it. I swear, every time I start one of these, it's scary, but it's scary but satisfying. This is always a big pain in the ass when the strings just fight each other. All right, guys, she's done. She's stringed up. There she is. Not the best, not the worst. I'm pretty stoked on it. The last thing I have to do is a saddle setup and neck adjustment, and then we'll be ready to go. Woo! Thanks for watching, guys.